Hey, how's everybody doing out there? I see Ogre Coins and Jaji Music Man Coins. I see there's a couple folks in the chat. Who's out there? Let me know you're here. Oh, couldn't find my screwdriver, so we get to use a utility knife, and we're going to try not to cut our finger off today. We've got a pretty bad lag too. It looks like it's at least 20 or 30 seconds, so apologies for that. It says I have an excellent connection, but it is a little bit delayed here. And then there were three. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick one of these boxes unless somebody out there wants to tell me. We'll call this one box number 1. I got a better marker. If you're in the chat, let me know. We start with box 1 or box 2. Let me know you can hear me. Hopefully you can. You should be able to. Do number 2, Jaji says. On it. Number 2. We will put this one away. Oh, too late. You were late, Ogre Coins. Jaji said do number 1 first. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but we had a really good, the second box was terrible. The first box was fantastic. Between the two, we had a lot of really good finds. Some 90%, we had a gold plated, we had some varieties, some NIFCs. We had a little bit of everything. It was a fun hunt. So let's see. I usually have to angle them like that just to see how the light bounces off of them. Because a lot of times it helps show where the silver might be. We'll do this like I do it for my normal videos. We'll weigh the first 10 coming out. We'll do a coin roll, see if we have any enders. Hopefully you guys can see that. So 225.8, 225.5, that one's light. 224.8 is light. Well, that was exciting for a second. We bounced up over 226, but came back down. 225.6. I do this even when I do the rolls like at home lately. If I pre-open them prior to doing a video, I usually weigh these first 10 just to see if the box is going to be off to a good start. It also helps me kind of know which side of the box I want to start from. But nothing in those first 10 looks too interesting. Let's roll them over and have a look. And what's weird is, you guys, if you were paying attention, I got 2 different types of boxes in the same drop from the bank today. So I have these ones with the holes in them. And then I have one that it's the more hard cardboard box that is definitely like a Loomis box. It's just polished and worn. A lot of Ring of Death. All right, well, none of that is screaming silver to me. So we're actually going to start over here since we know those last 10 don't have a heavy. And we're going to get into it. So if anybody sees me cut my wrist or anything, feel free to call 911. That utility knife's probably not the best idea, but it works. So I hate these marked coins. But as you saw, if you watched my last video, that proof was marked as a no-go. So I will today pull, and if you see me throw stuff to the side, it's because they're within the roll, a decent looking coin that I check varieties for. 71s just seem to have so many kind of grease strikes that they're really, really bright. And I end up checking tons of them. And rarely find anything, but I do still like to check them. Like this one's just not as nice as these three, so I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for me so I can see it on my side. What's up, legits or noobs? Was that your giveaway that you did the big wheel for, legit? Or was that Bionic Bull that did the big wheel the other day with the $5 spots on them? Yeah, legit, you're right. Let's find some silver. I don't disagree. I love me some silver, especially when it's up over 27 bucks an ounce. I've been focusing a bit more on trying to find local sellers. I had somebody last night, actually, ping me, and they had a couple of silver pieces, silver like 90% junk, and they had like 1 or 2 Morgan dollars, and I basically offered them spot because that's typically what I do, or maybe even just a little bit under spot to see how they react. And I think they thought that their 1921 Morgan was going to be worth like $100 or something. So when I came back at like 20 bucks for the Morgan, or it was a little bit over 20, I think they were disappointed. And I do realize that Morgans do go for 25, 30 bucks most of the time. But I figure, why start there? I'll check that one. Why start there? Start a little bit lower, and if they counter, there's a little bit of room in it. And at the very least, they did get spot. It's kind of a bluishy, orangey, yellowy toning on that. Let's check this 74 here. No notch, no doubling. It's really bright. Definitely no doubling. It's been flattened out. So everybody's just eating. Are you guys West Coast? Well, I mean, if you're eating, you're probably East Coast, right? I'm guessing most of you guys are East Coast. But if you're working, maybe you're Central or West. I had today off, so I ran around with the kids and made a bank stop late in the afternoon. Picked these 2 boxes up. I don't know why I just flipped that over. I took the day off because today, or this whole week, is usually our winter break for the kids, and so my kids were off all week, just nowhere to go and nothing to do. So that eye is a little funky looking, but the rest of it looks pretty good. I took today off so I could run them around and do some stuff with them. My kids are younger. So you're West Coast. You out in California, Ogre, or just you out in Utah? Where are you at? Got some shiny rims in here. Might be an NIFC or two. Might being the key word. Oh, 77D. I don't get to look at too many of those. 84. Junk. 74. More junk. Yeah, you're out in California. Where, like, generally speaking, whereabouts? My parents moved out to Orange County several years ago, but they're back on the East Coast now, so I used to go out there for holidays and whatnot. It's just really bright. Might have to move this a little bit to get it out of the direct light. There we go. Nothing special, but it's a 2011 NIFC. 2011D, it's a fine, we'll take it. Means the box won't be a skunk at least. You know, lately I've been jonesing to do some quarters. I got the new, so you're near Disneyland, Orange County. Okay, yeah, that's kind of where we were, generally speaking. But they just launched, there's a new 2021 quarter out, and I haven't found a W in several weeks, and so I'm kind of jonesing to pick me up a quarter box. It's just, unless I order them, most banks won't give me a box, even though I know they have them. So, let me zoom you guys in a little bit more. Maybe make it a little bit easier for you to see. $94.72. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. This definitely helps out the channel. It helps out the hours situation, because as you know, it's tough to get the hours part of YouTube until you start getting lots of subs, and if everybody only watches 4 minutes of your video, you still get several hours of playtime. When you're still pretty small, as most of you know, what is that? Is that painted? Are we gonna get screwed? You guys see that? I think that's gonna end up being painted. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I'm not gonna open it yet. I'm gonna let it catch up, because I'm 30 seconds ahead. I mean, that's got to be silver, right? Or a foreign. It's going to be a dirty 1971 or a dirty 1974. That's what I think. And I haven't looked at it. Sad trombone noises. Oh, no. No, it is a 1964 90%er. Yeah, look at that. It fooled me. I thought for sure that was going to be painted. It's silver. Listen to it. Should be about 12.5. We're at 12.6. Got some little tiny earth magnets. Not magnetic. So box number 1 is a success. Hey, Kid Rocks. Hey, Would-Be Rules. Thanks for joining us. I love your sad trombone noises. It is clean. It's a nice looking coin. It's actually a real nice looking coin. Is it a it is a Denver too. Let's look. Do we have a D over D? Come on, where are you? There you go. Hang on a second. I'm gonna make that really big. It's definitely not a D over D, but it is a 90%. I'll take it all day. All day. So with spot where it is, every time that I know Would-Be, you were absolutely right. Every time I get a box now, if it has a 40%er in it, it makes the box. The rest of the box can be clad, and it's a made box. It's a win. That looked like that was going to be a NIFC, but it was not. So yeah, man, I consider any box with silver in it a win. It can be $499.50 worth of clad from there on out, and I'm just happy as can be. And as I was saying with spot where it is, you know, that's a $10 win, right? $9.50 all day long. So I'll take it. I'm a new subscriber. I checked out your past video. Love the money. Hey, thanks, Kid Rock. I saw you subscribe today, so I appreciate that, man. Tell your friends, share my videos, check me out. I know sometimes the videos can be repetitive, but I'm trying to change them up a little left and right and do different coin hunts and talk more about silver. And if you ever have anything you'd like to hear about, learn about, talk about, let me know, man. I'm happy to make a video about it. What would Would-Be say? I got a couple silvery this week, but they were unfortunately not silver. Averaging one per box these days for me is pretty good. And I'll say in 2021, it has been more than 1 per box. I can tell you for 2020, for me to have averaged 1 per box, I would have had to get 50 silvers in one of the last boxes of the year because I went for so long last year before I found silver. So this year's been a much, much better year for $half hunting for me. And I'm very pleased with it. So I actually almost gave up hunting and gave up on doing the YouTube channel just because I felt like I was having to make videos and make finding NIFCs sound really, really exciting, which, don't get me wrong, it's fun to find them. They're not supposed to be there. You know, I was filling out books, so they were good to find. But that's not why we do this, right? We do this for me anyway, the varieties that I can, you know, resell for quite a bit of money in this silver. That's why I do it. And I've started doing the nickels and pennies because I know numismatically there's a lot there that can be found. And I have started books on those as well, so that makes it a little bit fun. You're still hunting, right? You still have a goal, but it's not as much fun as finding silver. I don't know why I'm putting this under the scope. I can usually see it. Hunting is like fishing. Even a bad day of fishing is still a good day. So I would agree with you, Kid Rocks, until you hunt 25 plus boxes without finding silver. Then I would rather have bad days of fishing, because at least I'm outside, than bad days of coin roll hunting. And I've had stretches at least 20, 25, 30 deep without finding silver. It's been a long time, but I've done it. 72. No D, 72D. So is anybody in the chat new to coin roll hunting, or do you all know what I'm doing? Do I need to explain what I'm looking for? Because if you need me to give you a little refresher, I'm happy to. So let's see here. Whidbey also found two 1998s that must have been made on thin blanks, only 10.2 and 10.3 grams. Got a fake double-headed Kennedy as well. Now, a fake double-headed Kennedy I would love to find, only because I'm a big Batman nut. And granted, I think Two Faces coin is typically depicted as a peace dollar that's been scratched up on the other side. But finding a half dollar that I could do that to and kind of make it a two-face coin would be pretty cool for me. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but that would be a pretty exciting find for me. And I would totally do that. I would get out a knife and I would scratch up one side, put a big X on it, and it'd be my two-face coin. Yeah, it would be the monster boxes. I'm still, I watch live streams. You guys see me. I check everybody out. I'm in Rob's stream. I hardly ever miss a stream with Silver Seeker. I'm constantly over at the Madhouse. Pause spare time. Check him out all the time. I try to jump into live streams as much as I can, and I see people get those monster boxes, where there's 30, 40, 50, 60 silvers in a box. And I am just waiting for that day. I really am. I cannot wait for the day where every roll seems to have 2 or 3 or 4 silvers in it. So, Ogre, you are not new, but you're searching pennies and nickels, which is fun. It is. I've done a couple of penny boxes, and if you have an Ogre, I've got a live stream. You should check. I don't have that many live streams right now, so it'll be easy to find. I got a bank dump where I got rolls and rolls and rolls of wheat pennies and buffalo nickels. So go check that out if you want. I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I only got them because I was at the bank, and they said, hey, we got, somebody came in yesterday or this morning or whatever and dumped off a bunch of coins. And when they showed them to me, they were like the really old wrappers. They were red and blue. And so I knew they were old. So yeah, if you like that, you can go back and watch that video and scream at me, because honestly, I had no idea what I was looking at, other than I knew they were old and I knew I wanted to do a book, and I wasn't going to just go give them all back to the bank. So I still have all of those coins and have since, gone through them and rolled them. And I did a Buffalo book and did a video on nickodating. And so I've learned a lot more about them. It's just really out of focus. But I'm really zoomed in too. So that's close. That end. That was close. Hang on, let me check this. You guys should still be able to hear me. Yeah, you can see the eye is doubled down here, and you can see a little bit of a double there, but I'm not sure the rest of this would qualify. There's not enough of it there. Not enough of it there. So, Ogre, you'll like this too. So I was at the bank today to pick up my halves, and the teller came over very excited because she found some older pennies, and she wanted wanted me to buy them. And it was 2 wheat pennies that were 1951s and 2 it was like a 72 and a 74 penny. So, at the end of the day, they're just common wheat cents and common coppers. But she was excited that she found them and saved them for me, so I bought them from her. And they also, the banks know that when I bring in my coins to return, that I prefer to get the old $100 bills. Because for them, they don't care. They just put them in the drawer, they put them in the bag or the machine, and they go right back out. And so sometimes I go and turn in my coins, and I'll get $1,000 or $1,500 back in old, back when $100 bills were green and not blue. And so So that's kind of fun. You know, I check for serial numbers and that kind of thing, but I've yet to find one that is worth hanging on to. Oh, 36 S over S. Cool. Yeah, I go to mainly 4 different branches of the same 2 banks, and I get, you know, varying degrees of love from the 2. And yeah, there's definitely 2 that are, really there's like 5 branches between 2 banks I go to a lot. And there's definitely 2 of them that are looking out for me. So that's kind of cool. When I go in, they know. You know, sometimes they ask me how I want the money, and when they don't, I know it's because they've already pulled aside hundreds for me, which is kind of cool. And they've all actually kind of gotten interested in what I'm doing, and a few of them have asked for my channel name and all that kind of good stuff. So, and these particular coins, it was funny because normally the branch I picked these up from, I just can't get this to focus the way I like it. Sorry, guys. Normally they're like, you know, take these coins and please we don't want to see them again. Don't bring them back here. And today I picked them up and they were like, can you like tomorrow bring us $100 worth of those back? Which I thought was really weird. Because I guess they have a box on the sly that they never give me, that they pull from to have behind the counter to give out to kids and whatnot. And they were completely out. And I took the last of their $50. So they've asked me to re-roll, because I normally don't have to re-roll. One of the branches I take them to, they have a machine. And so this branch said, could you re-roll like 10 rolls of that and bring it back to us? And I said, sure. It was just rare. Normally they're like, we don't want to see them again. Please don't bring them back to us. I think I've got this view on the microscope a little bit too big now. It's hard for me to see everything I want to see at once. We need some more silver. That 90 was kind of fun. Now see, if you weigh rolls, that's where the fun is a little bit taken away, because that roll, I'm sure, had I weighed it, it would have come out at like 226.5 or 226.6. And then we would have known before I even cracked into it that it was off weight a little bit and that we should expect at least something strange in it. And most likely that strange would be silver. Off center strike a little bit. Look at that one. Yeah, when I first started this, I only had an account at one bank, and they required re-rolling. And after re-rolling about 15 or 20 boxes, I was like, you know, I gotta find somewhere that's got a machine. So I went on the hunt one afternoon for a bank that had machines. And lucky for me, that branch did not have a minimum account balance to open a checking account. As long as you had an account, you could use the coin machine. So since then, the folks at that bank have become really, really good people, and we are very chummy and chatty and just get along really well. They're very, very nice people. So I enjoy going there, and I hope they enjoy seeing me. You know, I don't get a lot of decent looking 77Ds, and I'm still not sure of which specific trigger I'm looking for, but I know there's a double die somewhere that shows up in the 7 or the word trust. And usually the 77Ds I get are so beat up that even if they were double dies, that you wouldn't, I mean, I would keep it simply because I've never found one, but they're not, you know, they're so beat up they would never be worth anything. So let me know in the chat if you've ever gotten a 77D double die. It's just one I've never Never had the pleasure of finding. It's a 93, I think. Yeah, I've thought about that. Like bringing in coffee or donuts, or I know there's people that do that. I've thought about it. I've never done it, mainly for fear that they would tell me they couldn't take it, but I imagine they could. No, too far. I've got to move this a little bit more. I just feel like my microscope is too much of my overhead lights on it. So Whidbey, how many boxes do you go through in a week? I mean, I would think. I mean, I separate the boxes I get out between a couple of branches, so I'm not overburdening any one branch. But I wonder at what point you do hit where a bank just goes, hey, you're going through like 15, 20, 30 boxes a week and you're just killing us, so stop it. You know, on a big week for me, I'll go through 7 to 10 boxes in a week, and that's usually split out across 2 to 3 banks. So that's not, to me, going through 3 or 4 per branch is not too big of an overburden. So yeah, Ogre, I've found a lot of 74 DDOs. I've got a bunch of them. I've sold a lot of them on eBay. I probably still have 4 or 5 in my possession that I've just not listed. So that's what I find the most of. And then behind that is the no FGs. And then I've just recently started finding the 71D DDOs more frequently. That went right by me. That's a really bad NIFC. It's a 2013, looks like a P. Yep. It's dirty and has ring of death, but we'll put it up there with the 2011 just so he's not alone. So this is where we can get in arguments in the chat. Is that an FG or no? I would say it is, because I can make out enough raised metal to see an F and a G. To the naked eye, it's flat. That's an 83P. I would not call that one, but I'm curious what you guys think. Did I have my notch? No. No. Pre-coin apocalypse, 5 boxes, post 4 to start, just add 2 from another branch. When taxes come back, I plan to ramp up to 12 to 14. Wow. Yeah, no, I think if I had a long way to go to get them, yeah, I would probably do the same thing as you and pile on as many as I could. I live in the metro Atlanta area, and you can't throw a stone without hitting a bank. And sometimes even the, just different branches of the same bank. So, yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't classify that one as an FG. I know some would. In my last video, we had some back and forth in the chat because the one I found, while I can see the G a little bit, it looks very much like the one that PCGS has posted. So that's one that I would classify as a no FG, but the coin is in such bad condition, I actually threw it back and returned it to the bank today, even though I believe it was a no FG. So it's out there for somebody else to find. Hopefully get excited about. Hey, Joni. Yeah, come on in and say hi. Thanks for coming. We're just chilling, going through some coins, talking about whatever. And I may not get through both boxes tonight because I got a feeling my wife's going to pop down here in the next hour and say she wants to go out to dinner or something. But we'll get as far as we can get. Yeah, the one for my video, I could argue with people. I mean, I'm not going to, but I could. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I threw it back. But I do think the no FG it's one that I've encountered enough and had enough back and forth and enough videos that some people think if you can only see one of the letter or if it's just a little bit of raised metal, then it counts as a no FG. And I've heard others say it needs to be completely flat and bare and no raised metal, no nothing. And somebody commented the other day, I guess, the reality is it matters what PCGS would say if you had it graded. And that's probably the right answer because we could debate it all day long. So I'm going to throw that 83 back since we seem to both agree. You know what? Let's weigh these next two for fun. We're a touch heavy and pretty normal. Yeah, so that's an interesting question, Would-Be. Right now this is a hobby for me. I had not planned on any expenses that I had related to this hobby, trying to write off as a business or an expense. I was going to wait until I could actually monetize and had real income to show from it. I don't know if maybe you have a coin shop or have more revenue from it than I would know. So help me understand that. How are you writing this off as a business? I mean, are you a coin shop owner? Are you just some guy like me who enjoys doing it? Let me know. I'm just curious because at some point it would be nice to say, hey, let me write off mileage or let me write off wrappers or let me write off postage involved in these things. Because right now I hadn't planned on doing any of that. And I probably could. So Joni, are you of previously Miss Joni or are you a different Joni? Since you were just here for a few, if you're still there. Look at that one. Look at that one too. So another one I've never found is a 73D, but I don't look at that many of them, so that's why. I'm just going to switch this over. It'll be faster. So I know we can see it in the L, sometimes the I and the B. And like that 3, looks like it's got a little bit of like machine doubling, but that could just be shadow. I don't think that's much of anything. Definitely nothing there. Johnny, there we go. So now everyone knows I'm a girl, so I took it off. Well, yeah, that's okay though. YouTube statistics don't know that you're a girl because when I look at my channel and I look at the demographics, it says 100% of the demographics of my channel is men between the age of 44 and 65 or something like that. So While we may know, YouTube has no idea. There you go. That's not so bad, Whidbey. That makes sense, though. Oh, we need some silver. Help this box out. Yeah, so Johnny, I think I just said Joni again because that's the way I read it. But Johnny, I was hoping it was you and not just somebody trying to pretend to be you. And I'm glad you won something in my last giveaway, which was nice. You know what's funny, guys, is in my 500 sub giveaway, I think I only had one person. Oh, I didn't switch over my screen. Sorry about that, guys. I'll switch it back here in just a second. There was nothing in that last roll, if you care. The comment winners, I think I only had one person claim the prize on my 500 sub giveaway that were part of the comments. And I had one person who I know interacts on my channel quite a bit, leave a comment on my video from one of my videos earlier this week, and I said, hey, you really need to go check out my live stream. There's something in it for you. And he still didn't go look into it. So there are a bunch of my giveaways that were just literally a day or two away from the giveaway time expiring, and they're going to go ungiven away. So I will roll all of that stuff into my next giveaway, which I'll probably be doing pretty soon. So I don't want to be a jerk about it, but you know, it's one of those, if I do a giveaway and the rules say you have to come claim it and you don't want to watch the follow-up videos and you don't want to claim it, then I'm not giving it away. We need something to liven this box up, don't we, folks? I'll tell you, Whidbey, what you need to be able to take 15% off is, and I realize this technically falls under supplies, but like for my nickel hunts, I bought that Whitman's nickel book, and I swear to put that book together, it cost me like almost $40. Because the base book was, I think, $27, and the extra pages were $5 or $6 each. So it was quite expensive just to get the book. And I know there were cheaper books out there, but I wanted one that was kind of nice. And the Dansko albums are ridiculous. So the Whitmans look like it was the next best option. So we got 20 rolls left after this one. We found silver early, relatively early. It's been real quiet since. Not even NIFCs. So something else that it surprised me a little bit because I get so many marked coins, and I know people are marking them so that they can go, ooh, that's a coin I've looked at before. That's my mark. Well, I dumped probably $150 or $200 worth of NIFCs in the same dump back to the bank. And granted, I didn't put marks on any of them, so it's possible I've seen them again. But I thought for sure if they made their way quickly back through the system, I would have another box that would have, $30, $40, $50 worth of NIFCs in them, and it just has not happened. So now I'm a little bit curious how long it really does take for coins we drop back at the bank to make their way back around. I'd put that under office supplies. It all qualifies. That is true. Technically it would. I used to be, I wouldn't say self-employed. I had a regular job. And then I had a small business doing computer repair and consulting and website development and that sort of thing. And so I used to write everything off. I used to find a reason to write just about anything I could off. And I have since closed that business down just because my regular work got to be enough. And I started getting more and more little hobbies, and I never had time for my hobbies, like coin roll hunting and playing the guitar and other cool stuff. And so I had to give up that little side business. I'm much happier for it. Let me know if you guys can hear that TV in the background. My wife just came down and she's in the back room on the treadmill. It's got the TV going. So I don't know how well that'll come through for you, but it may. I'm shocked that wasn't an NIFC. 81. Yeah, I get real mad. I mean, people that mark up coins drive me nuts. I mean, I get the desire to do it, but I've had so many boxes with so many marked coins that it now makes me a little bit angry when I find them. So 72. You have X amount of cash centers for Brinks, Loomis, but only a few of those process coins in bulk. Yeah, and that's, I mean, I trust you would be. I just was curious because, I mean, to me, the whole point of marking it would be thinking that they come around pretty fast, but that's not been my experience. Although I have seen, I think, last year at some point, I think I was on Silver Seeker or one of those, and they got an RFT. They got a Rob Finds Treasure marked coin. So at some point, even he, maybe as an experiment. Oh, there we go. There's a miscellaneous coin. I haven't updated my little ticker at the bottom either. Let's do that real quick. It's wrong. So we actually have 0 of those. We have 0 of those. We have 2 of those. 1 of those. And 1 of those. So now my ticker is right. There we go. Huh. Yeah, I have never taken the time to learn how, and I don't know if they roll them regionally or if they roll them by state. I've just never taken the time to dig into that. I just hope when I pick up a box, it's not the same 500 coins I've already seen. You're in the car and you can't hear it. Can everybody else hear me okay? My microphone appears to be working on my end. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know. Just get so many of these fat kind of orangey rims that look like they're going to be a NIFC or something. And they rarely turn out to be these days. Oh, I didn't put the miscellaneous on there. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Oh, you meant the TV. There we go. Thank you, Johnny. I'll get it right. All right, 15 rolls to go. 15. I'm also curious, you know, the end game for most of us is to at least get enough subscribers so that we can start getting a little bit of AdSense and ad revenue out of doing this. You know, I'm not looking to make, you know, $1 million or anything, but I'm real curious realistically what somebody with only 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 subscribers gets in ad revenue in any given month on YouTube. I imagine it's very, very little. I mean, according to Social Blade, it's not much. But I'll be curious to see it. I hope I hit it, you know, in the next couple of months. But that's what I'm real curious about. Is what that looks like. I know I ask Mad Stacker probably once a month, did you get monetized yet? Because he's gone through all the trouble of getting the hours and the subs, and he can't get monetized. He's had a lot of trouble getting them to turn on the monetization. And, you know, for me, that would be problematic to put in the time and the effort and get all the way there and not even be able to make the little bit of money from ad revenue that would be there. And I know he's you know, doing roll donations and that sort of stuff, and then good for him, and one day I'm going to do that. But it kind of sucks that the base model of YouTube's not working like it's supposed to. It's a beautiful 1981. I might see if that upgrades something in the book. Hang on to that. I'm not going to look at that one. Thank you guys for leaving likes. I appreciate it. Really do. That's got to be something. I don't know if you guys can see that. I keep getting coins like this in the middle of the rolls, and it's nothing. It's a 95, a 96, a 98. Let's see. There we go. There's a 2008 NIFC. It's something. I'll take it. There's another one. Had a brother. There's the 2008 D. So we got the set now. It's a 74. I always look at 74 Ds. And even if that one was, it wouldn't matter. Well, hey, Whitby, go enjoy your mac and cheese, man. Thanks for hanging out, chatting with us. Appreciate it, man. That'll probably be what makes me stop, is it'll be time to go grab some dinner. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I know I did this last minute, kind of impromptu. And the fact that you found it means hopefully your notifications are working. And I just really appreciate you coming and just hanging out and chatting when you can. Because I was going to look through these coins either way. Got to find some silver. Although we're in the last 10 rolls, and these are the 10 that I weighed at the beginning. So if you weren't here from the beginning, I weighed the first 10 rolls for the coin flip. and we had nothing out of the ordinary. We had a couple that were high 225s, which does not mean you cannot find silver. It just means you're not likely to find 90% silver. Yeah, Johnny, I agree. It can be kind of lonely down here looking at coins all by yourself. That is just, this one here is just flat. Look at that. Garbage. $71, $72. The other thing I think is funny is all of the channels I've been watching, 2020 NIFCs have been coming up more and more. And for as many boxes as I do, I would imagine, I imagine that as many boxes as I've done, I should have found a 2020 NIFC by now. I have not. So the first two 2020 P&Ds I got from Freedom Coins, being part of their live stream, or his live stream a couple weeks ago. And he was gracious enough to throw those in for me. But yeah, I used to be the king of NIFCs. I just can't find them anymore. So Ogre coins, do I coin roll hunt for fun, collection stacking, or the potential profit? So the answer is somewhere in the middle of all three of those. So I have the type of personality that is a little bit of a collector and a pack rat. So I love the collecting aspect of it. And so I have started books. I can tell you for American Silver Eagles, like my goal is to get, and I've just got a couple sitting over here. You know, my goal is to get one of every year from 1986 through current. I care not about the S mint marks and W mint marks and reverse proofs. And so I'm not that big of a collector like in that, and I don't want to spend the money on them. So I'm a little bit of a collector. And then I would classify myself from there as a flipper stacker, meaning I coin roll hunt here to get silver. And as the price goes up and down, I will convert that silver to cash to get other things. So it's partially, I say, for the profit. But it's more just to, if I can find the right deals to expand my stack, I take advantage of that. So, you know, for instance is, you know, I recently did a really big deal. I did a video on it where I got a bunch of American Silver Eagles for under spot and turned around and flipped a bunch of them. I still kept a bunch of what I bought, but what I bought put my average cost per ounce on that purchase down to like $5 an ounce or something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that, like maybe $12 an ounce. So that's a long-winded way to say I do it for a couple of different reasons. Part of it is for the longer term, you know, kind of built-in savings part of it. Part of it's the collection part. And part of it is just I love the concept of flipping it and being able to expand for almost no pocket out of my own money. So this kind of stuff drives me. I love it. I spent 50 cents on this and it's worth, for argument's sake, 10. So for me, that's a win all day long, right? What I don't like doing is spending $40 on one of these because it's only worth 27. That drives me nuts when I have to do that. But I will, to expand the stack, or because I think it's going to be worth more in the long run, and it's sort of a forced savings account. Sorry, that was a very long-winded answer to your question. Next solver you find, next silver, there we go, you find, I want to hear you play a little guitar riff. Yeah, I don't play a whole lot. I pick more than anything. I learn bits and pieces of songs that I like. So I'll grab my guitar and I'll play a little tiny bit of something. And because I'm playing it for a group, it'll sound like crap, but that's okay. I don't mind. All right, guys, 4 rolls left in this box. Well, hey, I'm glad we did find this 190%er. That was nice. Hey, there's a marked coin for you. I hate this person, whoever did that. All right, hate's a strong word. I dislike them immensely, if that's better. Here's a gunky one. Doesn't look silver, though. It's gray-ish. This is the box of really crappy NIFCs. That's a 2010. You would never guess it from the edge or the back. That's a 2010D. $2010D. $73. That's a nicer looking NIFC. 2007D. So we're just making our way down the list there. Forward coins. I too am more of a collector with some of the large amount of Wheaties that I have. I like to make some trades. Check out my trade with CGB Coins Matt. He made a 4-part video series about it. Yeah, they're definitely yucky NIFCs. The trading bit online scares me a little bit. I've only done one trade and it all worked out. But it also worked out because I made the person send me their stuff before I sent them mine because I trusted me. I didn't trust them. And it worked out. What am I up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 NIFCs. That's right. 1, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So that worked out. And I also made them send me stuff because it was a V75 Eagle. So it was worth about $600 at the time, $550. And I traded that for, I think, 30 or 35 regular American Silver Eagles. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about with the flipper stacking. I mean, I spent whatever, $82 on that V75 and bought 30 something ounces of silver with it. So, and then what I did was, I actually got 2 of them. And what I did was I paid myself back for the 2 that I bought. And then all of the profit I reinvested into, I say reinvested, but I spent it at the same time that I was recuperating my money. So I put quite a number of ounces on the stack for free, I guess is the short way of saying it. All right, folks, we are down to the last roll. I'm going to do that, and then I'll grab my guitar and I will play one tiny little riff. I think it was Ogre that asked. And then we'll open that second box real quick. And hopefully we'll get through as much of it as we can before I might have to sign off. So, and any of you out there, if you're big guitar players, don't make fun of me. So, please. All right, Johnny. Kids want me to take them down to downtown Disney. All right, you're down in Florida. Thanks for the fun hang. Thanks for coming, Johnny. Appreciate it. You're going to miss my guitar playing, though. It's very special. Boom. All right. So where'd we land here? We did get our 90%er. We had 6 NIFCs with a couple of busted, and we had a necklace coin, which, where would the world be without a necklace coin? Not too bad. Oh, you're California, that Disney. All right, there you go. All right, hang on. I don't know how well this will sound over a live stream, but let's see here. What can I play? Oh, I screwed that up. See? Let me start over. Yeah, see, I got people listening to me. I can't figure it out. I can't remember. Something like that. Anyway, that's what that sounds like. Me messing around on the guitar. And you might know this one. Something like that. Anyway, that's all you get. We're not being warmed up, not terrible. All right, second box. Oh, things are heavy. There we go. Box number 1. This is a Loomis box. Let's get into this thing. All right, they didn't want me getting into this box. Whoop! There it is. There's that moment where you go, it's going to be full of silver. And it's not. At least I don't think it is. We got a couple of either discolored ones or potentials, but none of it is screaming silver at me. Let's do the quick way. We'll see what happens. Oddest, coolest thing you have ever found while the craziest, oddest, coolest thing I have ever found while coin roll hunting. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't say it's crazy or odd, but I get really excited every time I find silver, of course. I have found a number of gold and counterstruck $50. You know, they're 226.1. That might be interesting. Give me a second. Just giving that a little makeup so we know where he is. Ooh, that could be silver, now that I'm looking at that in different light. Maybe not. I'm going to leave that one face up. You put me on the spot. I'm not sure what the coolest, craziest thing is. Huh. Sorry, you guys probably can't read those. There you go. That's a little bit better. So we had one that was 226.1. The rest of these have all been well within the right weight. Sorry, I didn't realize my scale was right in the light. All right. So we've got two. These two. That looks a little bit silvery looking, and this one's overweight. The coolest thing I've found so far that has no value at all is the 2 Olympic Centennial 1995 half dollars that I found that were Atlanta half dollars. They were just kind of neat. I'd never seen them before. That's why they're cool. I'm grabbing them real quick. Yeah, you typoed silver, but I found these coin roll hunting. And since, you know, being in Atlanta, this was kind of cool to find. So I found that one in a coin roll hunt, and then like a couple of boxes later, we got this one. So we got the basketball. I think that's the basketball. Yeah, we got the basketball and the baseball. So these were just cool. They're not worth anything, but they're cool. So hopefully that's a good answer for you. All right, here we go. Roll number 1. We got a whole new box to try to find silver in. So sorry I didn't play a whole lot of guitar. I just did a little riff or two, and it wasn't very good because I normally like to warm up a little bit, but yeah, those were cool. They were very cool. The other one that, and I didn't find it coin roll hunting, but my other new favorite half was in that next door deal I was talking about earlier. I did pick up a 1903 Barber, and that is also a favorite for me. I would love to find one of those coin roll hunting. I've never found one, so I'm looking forward to that day. And I can tell you, if I find a Barber coin roll hunting, my new answer is going to be a Barber half dollar. Okay, so let me actually check this one real quick. It's a 74D. We're looking for that little notch on the 4. I know a lot of people do check. Why is this light just so bright? I know a lot of people check the T and the Y. I typically only check there if the other markings are enough. But this one, I think it's just going to be a dirty coin, but it also has a little bit of a silvery finish to it. So this one's, you know, got potential. And it definitely wasn't an ender, but we do have, if you look right here, maybe an NIFC. And no, it's just an orangey, wide-rimmed 1978D. So the other reason that I like to, I think it was you, Ogre, saying you're mainly doing pennies and nickels. The other reason I do like halves over the rest of them is that they're huge, so they're easier to see. You can go through a roll very quickly. And usually your finds are silver, which you immediately know the value if you've been tracking spot price. And for me, doing pennies and doing nickels, obviously, I mean, war nickels are silver, so you, out of the box, you know what that costs. But outside of war nickels on nickels, you know, you really have to know what you're looking for, right? All of the various DDOs and BDRs, and there's just so many more things that you need to look for. So I struggle sometimes with nickels and pennies because they just take so long to get through a roll. And then as I'm going through it, I have to, just because I don't do them as often, I have to double check and recheck and 3-check. And, you know, even I have lists of what I'm looking for. It's just I'm not as good at it. So it's frustrating for me. And then when you do find something, you know, I mean, if you find a penny and you go, oh, this is a really nice penny and it's worth 28 cents. That's a bit of a letdown for me. But that's just, you know, for me. That's the way I view pennies. And I do realize that there are some pennies out there worth huge, huge bank. And you're in the money if you find them. They're just so few of them, it's going to be very, very hard to find. Look at that. Somebody took BB practice on this, or took like a counter punch tool. Beat the hell out of that. I mean, theoretically, that could be a miscellaneous. Yeah, look at that one. Even that one. So if they were marked coins, I used to not put them under the scope to check them. And I think I was watching T. Lovett's channel once, and he found a 74D DDO on a marked coin, like the person that put a giant X on it. And it was a DDO. So now even the marked coins I look at, because I figure if, you know, one coin roll hunter, or yeah, let's call him a coin roll hunter, could look at it and miss it, then any coin roll hunter could. It's a 73. Nope. The worst part for me on these live streams is how delayed they are. Like I've got my streaming software up, and then I can see what's showing up on YouTube, and it's easily 20 or 30 seconds behind. All right, we are to the roll that was a little bit heavy. Now keep in mind, if you're new to weighing rolls, whatever it was, 226.1 or 2 is not a guarantee. It could just be a lot of rolls that have full reads and don't have a lot of wear on them. So it is not a guarantee. And just like that, we proved not a guarantee. So this was the heavy one, and there's nothing but clad in here. Yeah, so Ogre, you are right. There's a lot. I mean, I've asked Silver Seeker and a number of them. They are truly in it for the silver. And honestly, if I were going through 15 boxes a week, there are some boxes that I would probably, you know, check or be much more selective in what I check. But if I were doing that kind of volume, I would be skipping a lot of the errors and varieties as well too. But again, if you find a good variety, I mean, I've sold a no FG for $50 or $60 or something. I can't remember. It was on eBay, but it was a fair amount of money. So don't discount your errors and varieties. I was watching RFT, Rob Finds Treasure, I think before Christmas, or maybe it was right around the Christmas break. And he was talking about, I think it was a 74 DDO, or might have been a 74 DDO that was like in mint state, and he got it graded, and I think he said he made $600 on it. So, you know, that DDO was more valuable than finding a whole box full of 40% silvers. So that's why I still look for them, but I don't look at every coin, simply because if it's not a decent looking coin, then what's the point? That said, 74Ds, I just always look at them because I just do. I don't get that many of the 74Ds either. So. All right, box 2. We need you to wake up. Find us something. And Ogre, the other thing is, don't get me wrong, I have hunted a box and only sort of edge and drop hunted them. But it's rare when I do it. Like if I go by a bank and they say they have a box of halves and they pull out the box and it's all customer wrapped coins, it's likely been something returned by another coin roll hunter. I will just kind of open the packaging, edge hunt it real quick, do a drop test for the sound to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then throw them right back in the rolls and drop them back off at a different bank. But I rarely edge hunt bank wrapped rolls. Yeah, I actually have a sidekick. She joins me in some of the live streams. She did not want to help today, but I have a little helper as well, and she does come down. But she's a little helper, and if we don't find silver in 10 or 15 rolls, she loses interest pretty quick. But she's helpful. I enjoy it. I love getting my kids involved in this. I love watching Robin Hood. I watched Jinx Brothers the other day do a box or two with his son, or one of his sons. I think he's got a couple of them. I just think it's great when it's something you can share with your kids and they get excited about it as well. So, and it's just fun to do with somebody, you know? That's why I'm live streaming. I figured, come hang out. Come play with me. Come on, silver. We need some help here. And I've stopped weighing entire boxes because I get real discouraged if I weigh the whole box and there's no heavy rolls. It's like I don't even want to search the box anymore, even though I have found silver in a roll that weighed 224 point something. So the weight is not always indicative, but it makes me not even want to look at the box. So that's why I usually just weigh the first 10 and then let it ride. Yeah, the funny thing is I know what barbers are and I've seen them in books, and I really hadn't seen barbers in person, really. Like, I've never owned one. And the guy that I bought those American Silver Eagles from, he had a big wad of walkers, and he was like, "Do you want to buy these too? I'll sell them to you for $10 a piece," which at the time, I was getting all the rest of his silver for less than spot, and $10 a piece for the walkers was more than spot, so I wasn't real keen on it. And I just kind of quickly thumbed through him, and he had the barber in there, and I was like, "I'll definitely give you $10 for this barber." So we made that deal quick. And it's not even in that great a shape. I think I put it in a video. I did flip it up though, just because it's the first one I have, so it's a little bit sentimental from a collector perspective. So we'd be still no more silver. I don't know if I understand that. Bummer, just got in my grip tape for my brick tongs. I turned into 2 Brinks box tongs. Either autocorrect is struggling with you or you're saying something I don't understand. Sorry, Whidbey. But yeah, we did not find any more silver in the back half of that first box. And so far, the second box has produced nothing. I do have a dirty one here, 72. Nothing special. Not even an NIFC in this thing. A couple of really shiny 96s. A nice 78D. We got 5 in the chat. So who do we have with us? We got Whidbey, Kid Rocks. Is it Whidbey, Kid Rocks, Ogre, and who else? Well, we got 9. Sorry, it just jumped up. So we got more than 9. So whoever's in the stream, let me know you're here. Oh, no, it's an 81. I thought it was an 87. I was going to say, I love me some 87s. Love me some 87s. So recently I've had a bunch of people ask me for my address to send me stickers. And I've actually been getting a lot of stickers lately, and it made me think I probably should go make a sticker. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about stickers on the channels? You guys like those? Is that kind of cool for you guys? I've got a whole little pile of them now. And I've thought about making a custom mat, and I actually started on some designs for it and just never finished it up. Tommy, is it Live Say? Hello from Athens. You're about 2 hours from me. Oh, there's Tarek. Hey, Tarek, did you get my the giveaway coins I sent? So yours might have been one I put in a bubble envelope and put a couple stamps on, and I have no idea if the post office delivered it because it wasn't tracked. It only had a couple of coins in it. Let me know if you got them. Here's Jaji making music over there. Awesome, awesome. So we got people. We got chatters. Tommy, I hate to say this. I've lived in Georgia since I went to Georgia Tech. And I have never properly spent time in Athens, Georgia. Which probably is responsible, my being from Georgia Tech, it was always the hell with Georgia. So, oh good, Tarek, glad you got it. I had a lot of folks reach out to me, let me know they got it. Maybe you did through email and I just forgot, so apologies if I forgot. But I wanted to make sure everything made it. For people that had, higher dollar items, I will always ship that stuff with some kind of tracking on it. But if you win a single $50, I'm just going to throw that in an envelope. Give it some padding, not padding, but some backing so that it feels like a birthday card or something, and get it out the door. So yeah, for those of you that missed the last box, that was the big star of the last box. We just need to find more of it. It's a really nice 1964. Nice 71D. We'll look at that under the scope. That's an 82. It's a big party town, yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. But our big thing at Georgia Tech was to hell with Georgia, right? University of Georgia. And so Athens was never, I know it's a huge party town. I stayed away from it in college. And as a young adult and adult, I just never made it out there. So we are on roll. What is this? 19, it looks like. Yeah, and Tarek, in that first box, we were all questioning it. Even I was questioning it because it looked like it was painted. It didn't look like it was going to properly be silver. And we were shocked when we got the roll open that it was actually a 90. It's an 80. So any of you out there quarter hunters? Because I am missing hunting quarters. I'm probably next week going to try to get a hold of some quarters. Thanks, Ogre. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming by. The conversation. Thanks. Have a good evening. Uh-oh. Hope you didn't leave yet. Roll 20. We've got some thick edges, and we've got, if that's not silver, I'm going to eat my hat. I'm not wearing a hat, but we're going to start with clad here. So we got a Ring of Death, fat rimmed, 1981. I got a decent looking 1974. And oh, 2 in a row. Ho-ho! Booyah. 1962. Got a Denver. Come on. That is a Denver. 1962 Benji. So if you guys watched my $50 hunt from earlier in the week, I had said I hadn't found a Benji in forever. I've got it sitting over here. That's the Benji I found earlier this week, and now it gets a brother. So we got a 61 earlier in the week, and this was a 62. Boom. All day long. Take it. Or just updating my tracker. That's awesome. I love me some Benjis. That's exciting. I love it. I was super worried that was going to end up just being a dirty coin. Love me some 90% silver. That wakes me up. Oh, so excited. Love me some 90% silver. Now we just got to find like 10 more of them. That's just dirty. That looks funny right there, but it's just dirty. At least I think. Let's see. That was a dirty 1979. Ring of Death 83 with an FG. It's an almost an IFC. 2001. Desperately wanted to be one. See if we got the notch. We don't. That was awesome. Love me some Benji. How long you been coin hunt? So I'm guessing the question is, how long have I been coin roll hunting? And the answer is, I started getting boxes last October or November. So that's not true. Of 2019. So October or November of 2019. And I think I did it because I found Rob Finds Treasure before that, and I'd been watching a lot of people do it, and I thought, let me start asking around at banks and see if I can find a bank that'll buy boxes. And I had to go into the banks a lot before they finally said, you know what, we'll just order you a box. And so that took some time, and from that point on, I was doing a couple of boxes a month, 2 to 4 boxes a month. And sorry, I was just waiting because I saw that in there. 2014 P. So we have an NIFC for the board. And from there, I just, I think I moved up to sometimes 8 boxes a month, but oftentimes no more than 4. So I started my channel in January or February of 2020 and have been doing videos on and off since. And starting in December of last year, I've made a pretty hard push to try to put something out 4 or 5 days a week, which sometimes has been really, really hard. What's up, Jinx Brothers? What's up, man? Good to see you. I'm gonna just put this up here for those of you new. This was I found a 64 Kennedy in box 1, and I just found 5 minutes ago this 62 Benji. So on the 2 boxes, we've got 2 90s. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, I'll check those out, Woodby. Yeah, I just didn't know what you were talking about, but yeah, I'll take a look. I'm assuming it helps you maybe carry the boxes. How did you find $1640? Yeah. I don't know if I got the first part, but yeah, just so you guys know, Jinx and I did a penny trade. If you didn't watch those videos, I sent him 2 boxes of Georgia pennies. He sent me 2 boxes of Florida pennies, and we're still holding on to 1 box of each. We need to figure out how we're going to do that on YouTube together. But he found like 5 dimes in the penny box that I sent him. So he was up 40-something cents just opening rolls of pennies. It's kind of a funny joke. So, hey, Tarek, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching the hunt. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Come on, move. Oh, my stats. I must have screwed up my stats. Hang on, let me look at it. What'd I do? 90% 2, 40% 0. What are you looking at? I don't see it. How did I find $1640? Am I crazy? I just don't see it. Oh, I see it. I got you. Now I see it. I'm stupid. Yeah. You're right. That would be that'd be pretty cool if I found $1640 coins. That would be pretty impressive. People would always want my boxes. So are any of you guys in the chat, are you guys following or have money in Bitcoin at all? Because I know I see a lot in silver and gold forums, people bringing up Bitcoin, and there's the constant argument about physical asset versus a make-believe asset. But I only bring it up because I've been mining in the make-believe asset space for on and off for several years. And I can tell you it's paying off right now because today Bitcoin was at like $56,000 a coin. And don't get me wrong, I don't have full Bitcoins. If I did, I wouldn't be coin roll hunting. But my little portfolio of crypto that I do have has been quite exciting to look at on a regular basis. So there's Robert Duty, heavy duty prospecting. That's cool. So you probably get excited every time you pull the stat sheet up for Bitcoin and watch it grow. I made the mistake of selling a good bit of my Bitcoin. It's a mistake, at least it looks like it right now, but probably won't be in the long run. But I sold a bunch of what I had in Bitcoin and have kind of invested it across some of the smaller coins, and I still have some Bitcoin. And even the small stuff is starting to just do gangbusters. I mean, I was looking at Loom, which I have several thousand coins in. I mean, it's gone from 8 or 9 cents a coin to 16 or 17 cents or something. At least it was last time I looked. So it's doubled in value in a week, which means it could crash as well. Don't get me wrong, but it's just nice watching it happen. Yeah, Jinx, let me know. I have a little mining rig with 6 video cards in it. So I definitely can help you with everything you need to know and the pitfalls of things you can do very, very wrong if you do want to get into mining. But I would tell you in some aspects you'd be better off putting that money today just direct into a purchase of said coins, because the mining is, while it's a constant source of revenue, it's also a constant source of expense. So, without getting too deep into it. So I actually use NiceHash. So it mines whatever is most profitable, but I get paid for it in Bitcoin. And my rig is mostly set up to mine Ethereum, but I get paid in Bitcoin. So, yeah, I have a buddy of mine who bought 3 Bitcoin when it dropped, 3 full Bitcoin when it dropped back to $6,000 a coin when it crashed 2 or 3 years ago, and he's been sitting on it. And I don't know if he still has all 3 full Bitcoin, but if he does, he's sitting on about $150,000 for his $18,000 investment. And I can tell you guys, for me, I'm sitting on, bit pennies, kind of stuff, right? I'm not, fine. By the way, 2003 NIFC. Sorry, I was reading the chat. So we got another NIFC. So Tommy, where would I find a magic coin rig that opens them up? So the easiest thing that you can find laying around the house is a plastic cup. Give me just a second and I'll show you the other thing that you can find at a magic shop, or maybe even like a Home Depot or something. So there's a magic coin. That's actually one I found in a coin roll hunt. And this here is just a little ring of brass that's got a lip on it. And this actually came from a magic set, so you might be able to find something like this at a hardware store. But it's got a lip on it so you can fit the coin in there like so. And it probably won't work on this surface. Give me a second. Oh, come on. And basically, and it won't come out, I need to find a hard surface real quick, but you basically just take this and you bang it down like that and the bottom half falls out. So you just need a hard surface though. There we go. So the magic coin looks like that once you have it open. And what you can usually do is put this coin in a plastic cup and rattle it around, and eventually the halves will break apart. But you can see you have a hollowed out $50 and typically it's a Mexican like copia or something like that. And the two pieces just fit together. So yeah, it is called a bang ring, and it is called Scotch and soda. And that's all you need to buy. And I guess I can do the trick for you real quick if you've never seen it. Give me just a second. I got to find one other thing. Well, I usually have this crap laying around everywhere. Now I can't find it because I need it. Please hold for any of my elevator music. So the trick looks like this, where you have, and bear with me here real quick, where you do something like this, you would have something kind of already sitting on the table in plain view. You would come out and you would say, look, I have 2 coins. I have this Mexican centavo and I have a $50, and we're going to play a little game. And what you need to do is put these coins in your hand, right? Put them behind your back and separate the 2 coins like this, and tell me where the small copper coin is. And no matter what they say, you can make a bet on this. They'll never be able to open their hand with a small copper coin, because they're going to end up with probably something silvery, like a quarter. and a $1/2. That's generally speaking, how the trick works. And then to finish the trick off, you can come over and say, well, where did the copper coin go? It's been in plain sight the whole time. So that's generally speaking how the trick works. And all you do is you put the quarter inside the shell of the $1/2. So that's how the trick works. Hopefully that helps any of you guys that have seen somebody try to do the trick, but that's generally how it works. And if you find one in your coin roll hunts, typically they're $30, give or take, from Amazon or a magic shop. So that's a pretty expensive coin that you found if you manage to get your hands on one. And maybe a glass does work better. I would always worry, Jinx, that you'd break the glass rattling it around, but you would know better than I. I've never actually tried it in a glass. I have as anyone that has done magic for any serious point of time, you have your kind of hold all of magic, your magic chest. And I have a bin. I did magic for most of my life, and I still do. Even sitting here on this desk, I've got a deck of playing cards that I'm constantly shuffling and playing with. And that was a terrible shuffle. Let's try that again. We don't need that card. So I'm always playing with cards and coins and all kinds of fun stuff. So as I said earlier in the stream, I have a lot of hobbies. They're going to call me Doug Henning now. That's funny. But yeah, I did magic. I started when I was 18. I did corporate magic. I did magic at parties, and entertained myself, impress girls, all the reasons you get into magic. And I have a giant chest of magic up in my office that most of it I don't even remember how it works. But scotch and soda is a really easy trick, and I take it places when I go because it's a great effect and it's self-working and it always impresses people. So I tell you that to say if you find it in your coin roll hunt, hang on to it because it's a valuable coin and it's an easy trick. Sorry for the divergence from coins, but I could talk about it all day. Now we need more silver. I guess, did I update my, I don't think I did, hang on. I need to update my 2 NIFCs. We're up to 8 now. 8 in total. I'll pick up 2 more boxes Monday. Getting harder to find. Yeah, well, if you can find banks that'll order them, I mean, for me, one of the branches I do when I order them, they come in. They come in the week after I order them, and then one of the other branches, as long as the order goes in by Monday, I usually have them by Thursday. And sorry, I just can't find the stupid date or the trust. So part of it may be, Tommy, you need to branch out a little bit and find some different banks and start making some relationships because it makes all the difference when you're trying to get them to order coins for you and how quickly they can get them in. And since I've never been to Athens, I don't know how big it is per se, but I mean, I'm sure you've been to Atlanta. There's no shortage of banks and possibilities there. So I may be speaking from a point of maybe a little advantage being from a large city. So I know I was up in the first big silver score I had was, and I posted a video on this as well. We were camping with the kids and we were up in Cartersville at Lake Allatoona. And they had a Wells Fargo up the road from where we were camping. like 15, 20-minute drive once you got out of the state park. And it was the only Wells Fargo within like 30 miles. And they had, because of the coin shortage, they had bought up a bunch of boxes or ordered a bunch of boxes of $50 to use in place of quarters during the, before the shortage hit. And I think they had 5 or 6 or 7 boxes. I can't remember. I bought them all. And there were 2 or 3 boxes in there that were just loaded with 40% silver. Had a couple of Benjis, and they were great boxes. But I could see if I lived in Cartersville, it would be very hard to regularly get coins just because there's like one branch of every bank and that's it. If you couldn't get them to work with you, then you'd be in trouble. So Jinx, you still here? I didn't get to finish your stream with your son the other day. How'd that end up? Because I know he was a little distracting for you, but he was also kind of into it for a little bit. How'd that work out? I think he was maybe not your youngest, but close to youngest. So he did pretty well for being, on the younger side. And now my next question would be, I know he was dying to do another live stream at night. You got that all set up yet? No go. So just so you guys know, we got 15 rolls left after this. Which means 15 more shots at silver. But so far, just the Benji. I'm just going to flip over and look at these big real quick. Make it easier for me. So for me, I can tell you of all the Wells Fargos around me, the one that I go to the most to pick up coins, they're a fantastic bank. The people there are great. The bank manager is very, very nice to me, and they've never given me a hard time about ordering rolls. That said, I've been in other branches near me where as early as like 2 weeks ago, they were telling me they couldn't give me more than 2 rolls of any coin because of the coin shortage. And meanwhile, I've been just getting dumps and dumps of quarters and nickels and pennies and $50 from other Wells Fargos and other branches for months. So I do think all banks have bad branches. I have a couple of great Fifth Third branches and at least one really good Wells Fargo. Where are you? Another nice 78. That should be illegal. That's too nice of a rim to just be a regular 78D. We got 10 in the list. We got 18 likes too. That's awesome. For a pop-up, for just live streaming because I felt like it, I appreciate you guys swinging by and checking it out last minute without it being scheduled and having promotion and no big promise of giveaways and stuff. So thanks for coming and hanging out. We got 12 rolls to go, folks. And I'm sure the dinner bell is going to start ringing here in a minute. So I'm going to try to hurry up and get through these. The other thing people don't know about coin roll hunting is the absolute disastrous mess that's left when you're done. So I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I just take, as these wrappers come off, I just toss them to the side. So I end up with just a mountain of paper and a bunch of empty cardboard boxes. And just in general, a giant mess on the floor. You ever get black and white rolls into the yellow? So Tommy, yeah, when I, the Fifth Third branch I go to, they get the boxes with holes in the bottom, but most of the time they get the cube boxes. They are, they look like a cube. And some people call those the poker chip rolls, but they are the black and white rolls. And then Wells Fargo used to only get the boxes that look like my first one, where they're very sturdy boxes, yellow around them. They say halves on both sides, but they're good sturdy cardboard. But these boxes I've been getting at both branches from time to time. So Wells Fargo, it's a mix of the yellow boxes, and Brinks, it's a mix of the whole boxes and the cube black boxes. I did have a really weird hunt. I don't know, I want to say it's a couple of months ago now, where I got a cube box of Brinks rolls from Fifth Third, and when I opened the box, it had one black and white roll in it, and the rest of the box looked like this, like it had been custom packed from different boxes at Brinks. And the only roll in the entire box to have silver in it was the one black and white roll, and the rest of the box had nothing. So that was really weird. Do you have to roll yours up, or do they let me dump them? So Fifth Third, I have two branches of Fifth Third that have coin machines that if you have an account, they take them back unrolled. When I take them back to Brinks, or to Wells Fargo, which is very, very rare, I do have to re-roll them. And I hate re-rolling them. Yeah, I need to get a tall garbage can and bring it down here so that as I toss, they go in the can rather than on the floor. I just haven't done that. It'd probably make my cleanup a little bit easier. And if I had the can, it would probably just prove that I'm a terrible basketball player, because I'd probably miss it more than I'd make it. But it's a better idea than what I'm doing now, that's for sure. I do wonder what the recycling people think, because half my recycle bin is full of 5 boxes that say $500. And Tommy, I can tell you that when it comes best to get rolls, I think silver is crapshoot. All the silver I found this week was all Wells Fargo rolls. I've had weeks where all of the silver has been in Brinks rolls. And like I said, because I split between both branches, there's, if I do 7, 8, 9 boxes in a week, it's usually a healthy split between those two banks. And some, like I said, some weeks it's all in one branch, some weeks it's all in the other, and then some weeks I get a little silver in both. So my experience is that it is truly a crapshoot. But I can tell you it was a godsend to find a bank that did not make me re-roll the coins. Because I also got sick of, I refused to buy the coin wrappers because they're not that cheap. And so I also had to spend half my time going to branches and getting them to give me coin wrappers. And I mean, every now and then I get lucky and a branch would be like, oh, here, have 150 or 200 or 300 wrappers, and at that point, you could do several boxes on that amount. But a lot of times they would give me like 10. And when I asked for more, they would say no. So I'm just glad that I don't have to monkey with re-rolling. Where's your helper? I know, that's true too. I should make her clean up. Although she cleaned up the playroom today and it was a complete disaster. And she's my little helper is 9, and she the organization bug has hit her, and she almost thinks cleaning and organizing is fun now. So I've taken advantage of that a little bit. Although she's very quick to point out that if I make an atrocious mess that I should clean it up, because that's what I tell her. So she's also getting old enough to use reason and logic against me, which isn't very helpful. All right, guys, this is roll 45. So we have just 5 left. As you know, we haven't weighed them, so it's going to be a surprise. And then we're going to call it, I think, because I don't have anything else to open. Here's what we're going to do. Put these out so you guys can see them as we go through them. There's my empty box. Not that it matters. You trust me, I'm sure. What nights do you go live? So right now, I do not have a regular live stream schedule. I would like to put together sort of a semi-regular live stream schedule. I think if I had to pick a day today, it would probably be Thursdays and Sundays, just based on my own schedule. It just so happened that I took today off. So I had some boxes and the time. So I thought I would just do a quick live stream today. So keep an eye out. If you haven't subscribed or hit the little bell and the notifications, go ahead and do that. And if I ever do another pop-up, you'll get notified. And obviously, if I announce a more regular schedule, you'll know then. But I would, and I've talked about this on a couple live streams. I've just been too chicken to do it. I need to set up kind of a donation schedule. And, you know, if people want to donate, I'll open rolls for them. If they don't, I'll open rolls for me. You know, it's fine. But I'd like to get that on a regular, semi-regular basis. And, I mean, I'm like a lot of you guys. I'm happy to just go watch other people open rolls. But sometimes it's nice to be able to be, you know, have skin in the game on it. So I get that too. But I would be doing something, if I did that, probably more like Everyday Copportunity and Mad Stacker, where we would probably start doing kind of low entry donations, because I just don't have the silver stack to do something like Silver Stacker or Rob Finds Treasure, at least to start. I just don't have the stack to do it. Anyway, another NIFC 2006D. So we got, these 2 boxes did produce a number of NIFCs. No varieties though. Is that a D? It is a D. There for a while I was getting a 74D in what felt like every second or third box. And lately, I just don't get them. So 2 rolls left. There's nothing in here. So I will probably, and in the next couple weeks, announce the next giveaway. And I hope you guys can all come and take part of it. And probably won't be as big as my 500 sub giveaway, but I'll do kind of a small one. Rob finds a campfire. Yeah, Rob right now is, they're all in Texas. They're hurting. They're definitely hurting in Texas. But what was I saying? I'll probably do a giveaway here in the next couple of weeks, so you guys stay tuned. Like I said, it won't be as big as my 500 sub, but I'll probably just do something small. Just to kind of get more interest in the channel and get a few extra subs and just make sure that I'm keeping it interesting for you guys and pay back a little bit for the viewership and you guys just sticking with me, which I really, really appreciate. So hang on, Robert, your note got... I'm trying to do the same thing, so I'm trying to get all the subscribers I can. I sub to your channel. All right, Robert, if I'm not subbed to yours, I'll take a look. I'm happy to always come and counter sub, so that's no problem. So, I'm at 500 and whatever it was, 525 subs, and I know I built on subs pretty quick with my 500 sub giveaway, and it slowed down a little bit, and it's funny. It goes in spurts. So, I'll try to just keep milking along with a few giveaways here and there. I think live streams help. The big thing is the hours. So again, you guys that come and hang out and watch a 2 or 3 hour stream, it really helps. I really appreciate it. So thank you. And, what did I miss there? Tommy, what did you say? What nights do you live stream? How much are they worth? How much is what worth? The NIFCs? Well, Robert, we got to get you over 63, buddy. Let me come check out the channel, and happy to shoot me an email. Look at my description. If you or if you've got yours in any of your emails, I'll shoot you. If I see anything I have advice or thoughts about, I'll shoot you a note. I'm always happy to help. So anyway, last roll looks thin. I can tell you, getting over 100's hard, Robert, and then you'll grow. And then, like for me, I want to say like around 200, I kind of hit the wall again. And then there was the big spurt. And then like around 350 or something like that, 380, I did my 500 sub giveaway. And I did a pretty big 500 sub giveaway, in my opinion. I mean, people can argue with me, and that's fine. But I went from whatever it was, 350 to 520 in a hurry. So... there are ways to help boost it, but you do have to keep plugging away and doing content and trying to improve. And I'm always interested in feedback. So if you guys have something to tell me, shoot me an email. I try to listen to folks. So anyway, that is the end. So let's see what we have here. Where did I put it all? Between the two boxes, we ended up with a necklace ring, a 79D. We had 369. Let me move this stuff over because my microscope's in the way. We had 9 NIFCs, which I think if the question was how much are the NIFCs worth, they're worth very, very little. Unless you have an entire set. If you have an entire set, you can get some decent money for that. And then we did the stars of the show. We had 2 90% half dollars, which I'll take any day of the week. And today's spot price, you're looking at about 20 bucks, 19 bucks, 19.50, somewhere in there. So super happy to find me some 90% silver. Yes, you did, Whidbey. I think you did. A couple of people paid it all forward, and I got all the stuff out. All the live stream giveaway was claimed and all went out. I think almost everyone let me know they got it, which I was happy to do. A lot of the comment stuff was not claimed, and I think people have just a couple of days left on the time limit on that. And a couple of folks that do interact on my channel, I've even let them know that they won something and they need to claim it, and they haven't. So, a lot of that stuff will probably go into one of my next giveaways because, I intentionally was trying to give it away to thank viewers. So that stuff will come forward. How much are proofs? So that all depends. And I'm not necessarily the best person to ask, but if you're asking about... and this is a little bit of an opinion here. So I love finding proofs in my coin roll hunts, and this is just a little container full of tons of various proofs. Everything in here is a proof. So some of these are really, really nice. This 72 is, you know, in great shape considering it was in circulation. And then you have stuff that looks like this that was in my last video that is also a proof. And I found this in circulation. The reality is, for most people, they're each worth 50 cents. Because as a proof, once it's been circulated and has the kind of damage that even this one that looks great in, there's just not a lot of value in it. That's my opinion. You can look at Redbook and, you know, maybe something like this would still grade at an MS60 or something. And just for fun, let's look at Redbook. Let's see if it'll tell me. $50. Let's look at a 72 proof, if it's even in here. Yeah, I mean a 72S and proof 65 is worth $4. They don't even have a grade below that, so we'd have to go to like PCGS to see. And I'm willing to bet you the minute you got to like proof 60, it's probably like 75 cents. So there's not a lot of money in these. For me, again, they're just not supposed to be there. I enjoy collecting them. I think they're beautiful coins. So I hang on to them. I don't think I've ever pitched a proof back. I won't even pitch this proof back. Even though it's uglier than sin, I'm going to hang on to it. As a matter of fact, you can watch me put it right in a little container with the rest of them. Now, if you happen to find a proof in circulation and maybe it was a super rare one and it's still in, you know, proof 65, then, you know, maybe they are $4, $5, $10, $12. You just have to look at the year. Hey, Coin Hunter Chris, you made it to the end. We're just wrapping up here. So, getting a box of halves and quarters tomorrow. Hey, Vincent, maybe you say that Porcella. Well, good. Post a video if you do a live stream. I got to look. I don't know if I'm subbed, but I'd love to watch you open them. I got to get back to the bank tomorrow. I'm trying to find some quarters to hunt. So I'll be right there with you. I actually picked up these boxes of halves today and decided to do a live stream rather than record a video. And we went through them, and everything you see in front of you is what we found in the two boxes. So, and Coin Hunter Chris, you won something on my 500 sub giveaway. Did you receive that yet? Yeah, Tommy, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. If you have more questions, man, shoot me an email or join the next live stream. Happy to chat. Happy to share knowledge. Not a problem. Well, I think Coin Hunter Chris, I think you did win something. And I vaguely remember sending it out. If you, hang on, let me see if I can find it. I had really good notes. Where did I put my really good notes, though? Yeah, you won the war nickels, Chris, and I mailed those out sometime, I think, last week. Did you get those yet? They might not have just gotten to you because I want to say they went out last week, you know, snail mail. So hopefully you got them. Oh, great. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. I hope you like the war nickels. I actually, I went through and I tried to get, you know, different years and different mint marks on them so you weren't just getting like 542Ps. So hopefully you enjoyed those. If you have a book, hopefully we filled some spots with those. So glad you got them. I actually just bought, and I think I posted a video about it. I bought 2 rolls, or a roll. I bought a roll of war nickels for 93% a spot when it was at like 26 something, 27 something the other day, and got those. Those were cool to hunt through. Didn't find anything, but it was still kind of fun to hunt through a whole roll of war nickels. So anyway, I am done. For those of you just dropping in at the end, thanks for coming in. For those of you that have been here the whole time, hey, I really, really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. And I look forward to doing this again. I've said it a bunch of times. I'm going to start doing kind of a donation model at some point. And if people don't donate, it's fine. I'll still just open rolls. But no giveaways today. I'm sure I'll probably do something on the next live stream. So stay tuned. Yeah, you weren't lucky, Chris. That was done completely on purpose. I was very purposeful about that. You won something. You should win something good. So anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I hope you guys have a good evening. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.